They all sit down around the big blue plank of wood. They get all the materials that they need and they put the different colored sands in little pots. And then they draw with a pencil like the outline of, they measure it all out, and then they start with the sand. And I think they're painting with the sand for about 4 days usually. It depends on how big it is. It's really interesting just to come in and watch them working.
Monks from the Drepung Gomang Monastery have been touring America since 1999. In that time, their journey has taken them to most every region of the United States. They have performed at schools, faith centers, public arenas, and virtually any place there is an interest in their unique and transformative story.
They come to the country with a hope to share something about compassion, peacemaking, about the beautiful culture of Tibet and the reason we might want to preserve it, and interfaith dialogue, which is a very, very important element of the monks touring the United States in particular.
A typical tour stop for the monks could last 1 to 5 days. The monks might create a sacred sand mandala, offer a workshop on butter sculpture, teach painting, or explain aspects of Tibetan Buddhism. The underlying goal of the tour is to spread the message of compassion while opening communication between ages and cultures.
When I say that the monks or the Sacred Arts Tour spreads a message, I mean it's a message that we all need, a message that each one of us can be peacemakers. Each one of us is called to live a compassionate life, and in so doing we make our own lives more happy and we make the lives of those around us happy. So that really is their core message.
The monks also use the tour to raise funds to sustain their monastery in India. About 2,000 monks live and study there, exiled from their home in Tibet. The monks are grateful for the opportunity the tour gives them to share their story. Many hosts are equally grateful for the chance to share it with audiences that have proven to be very receptive.
Well, I think there's a number of reasons why we're hosting the monks here. When I first came here 12 years ago, we hosted them, and 12 years on, people were still talking about the visit on campus. And I thought, well, maybe it's time to bring the monks back to campus again, because the impact was so great the last time. And, you know, it really is such a unique opportunity for students, the faculty and staff as well.
It is done with 2 metal tubes with a big hole in one side, and it gets smaller and smaller as you go down, and there's ridges in it. And they get another metal bar and they pretty much rub up and down on the metal so the ridges vibrate, and it makes the tiny little hole vibrate, and it lets out a couple grains of sand at a time. It's really awesome to watch. It's really cool.
It's only been in the last 50, 60 years that people knew very much about Tibet at all. The culture is highly unique. It's very colorful, it's very dramatic, it's very, very different from Western styles of art.
When the monks are on tour, they will come to classrooms, different ages, different kinds of students, and interact with the students in lots of different ways. They can do, sometimes they just have conversations, just talk about Tibet, talk about the monastery, and sometimes they do sort of hands-on kinds of activities, art activities, things like that. As a teacher, watching the lights come on for students, and again, I would emphasize students of all ages, is a really exciting thing.
The mayor's office in the city of Louisville has been impressed with what the tour brings to the community.
I think education is always wonderful, particularly for young people, to the extent that they can be exposed to people that are different from them, different religions, different cultural opportunities. Those are things that only enhance. And so this is just another opportunity to really help our young folks understand that Louisville is your part of the world, but you are really a citizen of the world, and we're going to bring a little piece of the world to you.
Anytime we have an opportunity to encounter somebody from another tradition or another culture, another history, another religious tradition, I think that what it does is it opens our eyes to the beauty of the world, of creation. It opens our hearts to the possibility of us being family.
The remarkable construction of the Sand Mandala, followed so quickly by its obliteration, is shocking to many Westerners. For the monks, it is an affirmation of both the wonder of life as well as its impermanence. Observers find it a sublime cultural experience that conveys a profound message. As we've seen, the monks of Drepung Gomang bring many gifts. They represent a magnificent culture that faces extinction unless we find ways to help. In the face of this threat, the monks continue to tour, a tour based on hope and always compassion. The Drepung Gomang Institute invites you to consider hosting a stop on the Sacred Arts Tour. For more information, contact Sue Simone, National Coordinator, or visit the Drepung Gomang Institute website.